builders, parents, and collectors. On this episode of the Creation Evaluation Station, we're going to be evaluating a non-Lego set. It's this here, Mega Construx Game of Thrones Daenerys and Drogon. It's part of their black labeled series here, mainly for adults. But before I get into it any further, let me just let new viewers know I do in-depth reviews of models and construction kits, both new and old, mostly Lego, but other products as well. I also do reviews and discussions of other creative works such as movies, video games, and animation. Because they are in-depth reviews, they can be on the long side, so make sure you're using the timestamps embedded here in the red line at the bottom of the screen or down in the description, and you can use that to jump around to your favorite parts or to use as bookmarks to come back to at a later date when you have more time. So once again, here's that set. That looks very impressive. So definitely something different than Lego. As I said, Mega Construx is not really competing with Lego anymore. They're kind of their own different thing. This is the back of the box. We got some scenes here of from the show. Got some nice poses we see in here. We'll see how that works out. This is on HBO if you're interested in the show. But I must give a warning for my younger builders and parents of younger builders out there. This is a very adult show. It contains a lot more than just simply blood and violence. Kids, make sure you have your parents' permission, and parents, I would advise not giving them permission. This really is not meant for them. Now, the set itself might be okay. It is a 16 plus set. But I don't know if that's just because of the black label or how hard it is to put together. I'm going to be putting it together and finding out for myself. So stay tuned to the end of the video to find out about the difficulty on this thing. So I'm not going to judge it on that. But let's get down to the details of it. It is for ages 16 and up, like I said. It has 735 pieces. And here is the thing. It retails anywhere between $50 and $70. I would not buy it for more than $70. I personally got it on sale at Walmart.com, and it was like 50% off or something like that. So I got it for like $30. If you can get it for that, definitely go for it. But yeah, between 50 and 70 bucks. I think I saw it on Amazon for like 61, so not too bad. If you can get it on sale, that's even better. But as far as parts per piece count, I wouldn't pay more than 70 bucks for this. We'll take a look and see what kind of value you're actually getting when we get it put together. Now, there are two other sets. This was the first one to come out. There's two other sets that have come out since. You're probably looking at the same quality type of sets. So you might not be able to find this one. You might find one of the other ones, or you just might, if you're a fan of the show, might like those characters better. That's fine, and they're all roughly about the same price. I want to put this together to see how it is, but the dragons are really nice looking from what I can tell from the box. If they are as high quality as I hope they are, then I would like to pick up the other two as well. But that's your decision, and really comes down to how things turn out in the end. So let's go open it up and see what's inside. When we open up the box, this is what we get inside. We get two instruction booklets here. Neither one is very thick, but there are two of them. I don't know why they had divided up in two and they're not very thick, but that's how they do things, I guess. And then there are two bags here, regular heavy-duty ones with no numbers on them. So it's got some kind of cardboard or something inside there, up to protect things. But then we have bag 1, bag 2, bag 3, bag 4, bag 5, bag 6, bag 7, bag 8, bag 9, and bag 10. So there's quite a bit here. These are all the parts that were in the no numbered bags, and we got a lot of hinge stuff here. The character pieces, the figure pieces in this were in one of the bags. We have the dragon's head, lots of little claw pieces. We have all these rubber pieces. These are used for little spiky scales or whatever. Some more ball bearing joints, black spikes and claws and whatnot. And then we have these beautiful things. These are the wings. They're made out of interesting material. It's almost silk-like, but not. It's got some weight to it too. And you can see it's very shiny. Although the printed side isn't quite as shiny. That looks absolutely beautiful. Gonna be interesting to see it all put together. So let's move on to the stepped bags. Here we have a bag 1, and these are definitely divided up unevenly in the amount of pieces there are, probably just because they're divided up into steps. We have some more common actual Lego looking pieces here, and then we have some that aren't so much. These are how they do their studs on side pieces. It's very different. And we got, those are some top down ones. There are quite a few studs on side pieces here. Definitely different. That's bag 1. Here we have step 2, and we got some plates in here and some interesting pieces as well. Starters, here's a different take on a wedged piece. And then we have this unique thing here. And I don't know, that probably look better and feel better when it's put onto a model, but it looks like it could easily break. Such a strange angle too. And on top of that, we have some studs on side pieces. Now these are, we've seen these with Lego, but what's interesting is the other side with the anti-studs on that side. Very hollow piece. If they use less parts or less plastic than the Lego ones. Then we have these, which are double stud-sided plates. Very interesting. Could come in handy. I haven't seen something like that with Lego. We also have these really big ball joint pieces. Those are some big ball joints. See how those hold up. But yeah, a lot of plates in here. Here we have bag 3, and we have tons of different slope pieces in here, and a lot of slope pieces that you don't see in Lego. Like we have these extra long cheese slopes, and they come in this size as well, that are higher sloped than regular ones, which these are the regular ones here. It's a lot of crazy different slopes for sure. Got these interesting angle pieces for the sloped side. We got these. You can see that. Hard, these are all dark colors, but got these angle pieces. Lots. Here we have the contents of bag 4, and we definitely have some more interesting slope pieces like these. Quite a few of those in there, both the left and the right side. Some more plates and things. We got more of these weird angle plate bracket things. More weird slopes. We got these angular sloped pieces, both left and right sides. Some actual bricks. Some actual plates. Yeah, a lot of weird pieces. That's bag 4. Here is bag 5, and once again we have a lot of different slope pieces. We have these curious pieces. more angled, sloped pieces. A lot of stuff to really make the curves whatever you need to for the dragon. We have these that are interesting. It's our corner pieces that we see Lego, but they're designed with the hollow studs and rounded corners. Kind of neat. You can see some handy uses for that in that design. Well, that is bag 5. Here we have the contents of bag 6. We got a lot of angle pieces, both left and rights. It's interesting, we have we'll have plates, but then they have tiles as well, including larger ones here. Some very interesting pieces. Got some ball and socket joints, studs on side, both bottom up and top down. Got quite a few of these. Don't ask me why they didn't put them together, but I didn't. The rounded curved pieces. And oh, these double-sided 1x2s. Interesting. Yeah, that's it. Not much here. Another smaller bag. Here we have the contents of bag 7, and we got quite a bit of corner pieces, both the left and right sides. We got these interesting pieces and tiles. Other odds and ends, more of those double-sided 1x2s. Just plain old 1x2s. Studs on side pieces. And that's that. There we have bag 8. We have a lot of large ball bearing joints. We have a lot of ball joints in here, although we have more of one than the other, which is kind of odd. Guess we'll see them later. Bunch of these weird angled stud pieces. More double-sided plates. Got some of these weird plates here. Although I can imagine these being used for like minifigure stands or something, like you see with the collectible minifigures. And we have 1x3s that are, or 2x3s that are similar. A bunch of plates, small plates, a lot of small different plates of different sizes in here. Here we have the contents of bag 9, and there's not a lot here, but there's some interesting pieces, like all these rods. I think these work along with the rods here. Very interesting. See how this goes together. I have a feeling we're building the wings here. But yeah, that's it. Not much here. Here we have the 10th and last bag, and essentially we have only 3 different parts here, just in multiples. We have these interesting little T-junction things. We also got lots of these really long rods, something we don't see in Lego, and a whole bunch of hollow studs. Definitely guessing we're finishing up the wings here, so let's get to it. Here we have the leftover parts from the set, and man, there's a lot. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. Probably stick them in a bag or something. They're not getting mixed with my Legos. I still don't hate Mega Blocks, but I still don't mix them with my Legos. But yeah, we got some crazy leftover pieces, including all these big rock pieces. Now, I thought maybe, well, first I freaked out, went through the instructions to see what I missed. But I mean, the dragon looks whole, so everything's fine there, and I couldn't find anything missing. But I thought maybe this is maybe supposed to be, you know, some rocks you make for the diorama that the dragon stands on or something. But you really can't do that without some plates, and the only plates in here are really small and have little gizmos and gadget things on it. This is our one and only minifigure for this set, and you can see it comes with its own stand, so I didn't even bring out my Lego piece, Lego stand. And yeah, she's got anti-studs on the bottom of her feet, which is always good. Clip hands, and she looks absolutely amazing. And the only problem is, pens. Kids with smaller fingers might have easier job, but getting this little sash around her was the hardest part. And I actually let my wife with her more dainty fingers do it for me. But you can see it's, other than that, even without that, it looks really nice. Paint job is really great. I mean, look at that face. And she's got lovely posability. Elbow, shoulder, wrist, and the legs are posable too. Now she loses a little bit of posability because of the dress that she's wearing there, but works great. This is what the back of her looks like. And this is also what just makes Mega Bloks awesome, I think, is these minifigures that are not minifigures, they're mini action figures. And they look nothing like Lego figures, and I still like Lego figures. Lego figures are kind of, you know, partially iconic, partially, you know, they're almost the very first pop figures where you have slightly deformed, you know, figures. Speaking of which, here's random one right here, just to see the difference here. And there's quite a bit of proportionally different. This is very proportionally more human than classic Lego figures, and it's a tad bit taller as well. And you know, those people that don't like Mega Bloks, they're missing out, especially on the figures. I have tons of the Halo figures, and I like all of them. But like I said, I don't mix them with my Legos, and they obviously don't work well in universe, comparing the two different figures. So we've got everything put together here. We've already looked at the figure, but there is one thing I wanted to show with her. I'm going to leave her right on her base, and there is no, like, really saddle for her, but what there is are these two little handholds up here. Zoom into that. And she can hold onto that. You probably want to take her off her base, but she is still on there. And you can have her hold on just like that. And that's basically, I'm pretty sure, I have not watched the show, but what I've seen of, like, scenes and ads and stuff, that's how she rides the dragon, is just by holding on to its back and holding on for dear life. It'd still be pretty scary if you ask me. But yeah, I wanted to show that, and because of that, it leaves the dragon pretty, you know, raw and without saddles and other things to tie it down. So that's nice. Overall, this dragon just looks beautiful and is, I would say, very show accurate. If it isn't show accurate, it's very accurate to very realistic looking. Like, there's some great design here. There's some balance. Like, you got this big, long, beautiful tail. By the way, while we're looking at the tail, it's fully posable. It's got joints going, ball joints going down the whole thing of it, so you can have it slash around or whatever. And it's got this ridges here, which is soft rubber, so it's not going to hurt anybody, but you could pretend it was, you know, could mow somebody down easily with those spikes. Like I said, ball joint, so it's got full range of motion. Going into the base of the tail, but you can easily balance this guy on two legs if you want. Oh, his wings fully extended out here, but let's see. Maybe we'll just do this. He's balancing just on his two legs there, so that's pretty good. But you can also, more realistically, if you want him to walk, he would be walking like that with his front foot and toe on the ground. This is a Wyvern type of dragon. With just the two legs and then a pair of wings. Now, to really check out these wings, we're going to fully unleash it. And that is the full length of the wings. It's absolutely massive, but to be honest, it is probably proportional to get a critter like this to fly. All these ribs are posable. They're on ball joints here at their base. There's a nice so you can take the front claw and it easily folds right up without any effort. There is a joint here on the front claw, and then you've got a joint here and at the shoulder as well. It lets you move it around quite a bit. You can reach it out in different angles, and I'm going to open it back up again so you can see the top side of this. This is absolutely gorgeous, and it's made out of a very interesting material. It gives it a leathery look, but it is not like leather. Did a really good job of that, whatever material that's made out of. Now its hind legs here, we've got click hinge joints, although they're a lot stickier than Legos, and they kind of make a disgusting sound, but they do work and they're nice and stiff. Then it's got regular ball joints in here for the lower part of the legs, knee, ankle, and the toes are also on little ball joints as well, though the way the pieces are set up, they don't move side to side too much. They got up and down movement. It's interesting now is these ball joints here actually have a little rubber insert that goes in there to offer more friction. The larger ones, including the ones on the tail here. The lower one here does not have it, but the upper one does. This is something Mega Bloks actually developed quite a long time ago, is that little rubber insert inside to offer friction. And we got little kind of panels here that move for give it more bulk there in its hind legs. Legs do click out to the side as well, so you do got full range of motion, but it's nice stiff motion, but that's okay. That's what you want. You wouldn't get the standing poses that I had it in earlier if you didn't have it in nice sturdy poses. And there's a look at its underside with all those spikes and stuff, which I think look really awesome. And they go right up to his neck, and his neck is, there's another large ball joint there at the base. Then you have smaller ones here. He's got full range, good range of motion. The pieces themselves kind of limit the range. Since you've got like 3 joints there, you can get some nice poses. Yep, it only goes so far up. And the head here, which is a beautiful sculpt and nice paint job as well. Mouth opens and closes, so you can get some nice roaring action. Fortunately, there's no like fire breath to give him, which would have been nice, but we don't have that. The only thing I wanted to show was I've heard complaints that people say that Mega Bloks has got some coloring issues, and I'm not sure what they mean by that, because there are pieces like this underside here, and they're spread out through all that have this mottled appearance, and this is done on purpose, because you know this is an organic creature. It's not all one solid color, and they do this on purpose. I mean, they don't purposely make it a particular pattern. It's kind of random to make the pattern, but that also makes every set rather unique as well. And they first did this way back. They had these mech warrior type mechs, and they had camo appearance on them. And yeah, they were basically bricks that used 2 different colors and were kind of a random thing. And then it's not a consistency issue. It's just the way they want it. It's not a bug, it's a feature. But yeah, that's that. Let's head back to the desk and to give this a final evaluation. Although, one more thing I wanted to show here, if I can. That's what he looks like from the top side. And just a moment. here is what he looks like with his wings completely unfurled. Absolutely massive. Welcome back to the desk. Yes, I am here. But we're going to put these wings down just a little bit. And let's give this a final evaluation. And my final thoughts. Overall, I think this is a great set. How I talked earlier about age, it was 16 plus, but it's also their black label, which is essentially the icons line for Mega Blocks or Mega Construx. They actually, I think, did that black box thing before Lego did, and Lego borrowed it from them. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure they did. But this can be put together by somebody younger than 16 easily. I imagine tweens from 10 on up, I would call us 10 plus shouldn't have too much problem with this. Like I said, overall, I think the set's great. I didn't have too much trouble putting it together, but we'll talk more about that with the final evaluation. But that's my overall thoughts. As far as appearance goes, this thing looks amazing. I think you can agree just by looking at it here, sitting in front of me. You don't even have to have it in hand, although in hand it's so much more amazing and fun to play with and just have and pose and do all sorts of things with. So appearance easily got a 10. Now on to function. Everything works good. Joints work like they're supposed to. Everything works, functions properly. The wings are really great with the way they open up. But there's no like amazing function. There's no flapping wing button or fire spewing button for, flames out of the mouth or anything like that. So it's nothing bad about this, but there could have been stuff added to this. Although I feel like this is more meant to be a model than a plaything, even though it's still fun to play with, which we'll get to in a moment. But as far as function goes, I give it a 9. Nothing bad, just nothing amazing. Something else could have been added to it if they wanted to. I have a feeling, like I said, these are more model pieces, which I'm going to talk about that afterwards a little bit. Now, as far as fun, like I said, this is fun to play with once you get it together, because the wings and posing it and all these amazing things, and it looks great. The head posability, it's fun to, have it look at different angles. It's really fun to play with, and it's zoomable when you have the space to zoom it. Because if you didn't see it, the wingspan is probably will fit up this whole screen here if I had it open all the way. And the build, on the other hand, not quite as fun to build. It was interesting to put together, but there was nothing amazing and eye-opening and interesting. The building was okay. Let's just say that. It just wasn't amazing. But overall, the final product is really nice and really fun. And I ended up giving it a 9. Now, that brings us to technique, which we're going to talk about. That there wasn't anything amazing here. There was nothing bad. There is some interesting play, like how you put studs on side pieces and end up connecting things together in the main body to create the shapes that you get here, which that was interesting, but not astounding. Another thing, make sure the pieces are firmly put together, because when you get to other steps where you gotta end up locking things in, if things aren't already nice and tight, it kind of becomes a pain. But it wasn't too hard. But there was nothing amazing here, and nothing bad here, and I ended up giving technique a 9 as well. So that brings our final score, our average score. You add all that up, you get a 37, divide by 4, and you get a 9.25, which we then round up to a 9.5. So a pretty decent set, definitely. Some of the like arguments I not really have against it. I really don't have anything against it. There's just some things that aren't above and beyond. Like, you know, 9 it would be standard. And yes, this is a Mega Block set. I'm judging it just like a Lego set. The quality is there. People have complained about the quality before. There has been no poor really quality since, like, most of their quality issues had been fixed way back when the Dragons Fire and Ice wave came out, which was a really long time ago. But people just have bad memories and bad tastes in their mouth for Mega Blocks. There really is nothing wrong with them too much today. There are the occasional missing piece, but even Lego sometimes has that happen. Even damaged pieces. I've had Lego have damaged pieces before. But their customer service is top notch, just probably as good as Lego. I've dealt with them actually more than Lego because of missing parts. And even back in the day when they did have more brittler pieces and stuff, their customer service was great. And they didn't question, you know, and they didn't have a problem sending me new parts. And that was always great. This is an overall good set. Now we're looking at price. There's no real good place to price this. You can find it on the internet in various places, and I've seen it anywhere from $50 to $70. I've seen it higher than $70. There's also 2 other newer dragons. This is the first one they came out with. There's 2 other newer ones, and for some reason those I think are going for even higher prices because I think they're rare for some reason. They didn't make as many of them, or major retailers weren't. I got this on sale. It was like half off, and I think it was $30 or $40 at Walmart. And that was a clearance sale. They no longer have it there. You can find it on their website, but it's a third-party seller, and they're selling it for like $100, $110, something ridiculously high. Yeah, I did some basic math. So, you know, at the high end of $70, you're talking almost 10 cents per piece, which is standard for our Lego sets. Not necessarily for Mega Blocks, but you can find it between 50 and 70. So, like, I think one site I saw at 60. Oh, Amazon, I saw $61. Yeah, so it depends on what price you get. But either way, you can get it at a decent price. So I ended up giving the price score a G for good. Overall, you get a decent price. You can even get it, you know, almost excellent price. That brings our final eval score up to a 9.5 G. Overall, a really decent set and a really amazing looking one. Now, I want to talk about Mega Blocks overall. I'm going to do a video on this, but we really need to stop comparing Mega Blocks to Legos, basically. If you look at this thing, this looks more like a model than a construction kit. And that's really what I'm going to talk about, is the difference between those. So stay tuned for that video. But yeah, we need to stop comparing them together. They no longer are the same. I mean, they don't even have similar minifigures. It's like comparing apples to oranges anymore. Back in the day, they have improved, and we need to stop comparing them to one another. That's fine if you don't want to mix them together. I don't either. But I still don't think they're bad. This is a really awesome looking dragon, and I don't have a place to put it, but I wish I did. I want to put it on display, but it's probably going to get boxed up. I want to get the other 2 as well. They're all pretty cool. I'm sure there's some little bit of design differences, although they probably have the same basic design. So let me know what you guys think down below. You know, whether you hate Mega Blocks or not, just tell me what you think. And I don't mind. I'll take the heat for the Mega Blocks. I don't do a lot of Mega Blocks reviews, but this was something really special, and I already did a Pokemon one. Maybe I'll do a Halo one. That's pretty much their known stuff. I have actually a lot of the Halo minifigures. That's why I really like those. I don't have too much of the larger sets, although I have a couple of like the Warthogs and things like that because they're cool looking vehicles and whatnot. But if you enjoyed this video, please hit a like button. Even if you don't like Mega Bloks, please hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below, share with others, and if you're new here, please subscribe. I do mostly Lego. I do occasionally do some other products. It's always good to check out the competition, see what's going on with them. Well, like I said, this gets the point. This stuff's not even competition anymore. But not saying it's better. It's almost different type of a thing anymore. Please subscribe if you haven't. Oh, and if you subscribe, check out the links down below. I have a link to Facebook and Twitter accounts. If you follow me on there, you'll get notifications faster than here on YouTube. Although, please still hit that follow button, ring the bell, because that helps with the algorithm as well. Any thing that happens on my site will help with the algorithm, Mr. Algorithm. And there's also a Patreon down there if you want to check it out. Just $1 for a month right now until I can add more to it and get it built up the way I kind of plan on it and intend to. I'm just really busy right now. So, yeah, that's it for me, the Creation Evaluation Station, reminding you that creativity is key.